I grew up in Queens, New York. So Queens, New York is, New York is, a fast-paced city. There's always something to do. So being in LA is not really that big of a stretch for me as far as having, city and clubs and opportunity around. But I definitely take the LA weather over New York weather any day. I think I didn't see daylight once in New York for like 4 straight days because I wake up pretty late and it gets dark sometimes at 3 o'clock in the winter. It's like ridiculous if it's cloudy out. So definitely the weather, love beaches, palm trees, nothing like a palm tree outside your window. I wanted to be an actor because it was just one of those things where your whole life you just know you want to be something, know you want to do something. I grew up idolizing Jim Carrey. I mean, that was my guy. Jerry Seinfeld, comedians. I just have always loved comedians and actors, and I love that feeling when you come out of a movie and you're like, wow, that was cool, and like you want to do something or you want to go out and, I don't know, like Rocky movies. Like anybody that's ever seen a Rocky movie probably wanted to go run like on the beach and, I don't know, you know what I mean? So I've always wanted to be an actor just because I've naturally always wanted to entertain people, so what better way to do it than in a movie theater to millions of people? A typical day for me on a good day is when I have either whether it be an audition or a job where I'm filming or working. If I don't have work or if I do or have an audition, usually go to lunch with friends. I love to play basketball. Me and Jordan always go to the gym to play basketball, work out. But like I said, what I consider a good day is when something productive has happened that gets me excited and kind of fuels me. So a day where I'm not lazy is a good day for me. I just think there's a lot of people in LA that they're just so, I don't want to use the cliche word fake, but I just think there's a lot of clueless people in LA. I think it's very obvious in this town. There's different types of people in this town. There's the people that talk about doing stuff, and there's the people that just go out and just do it. And like generally, if you're doing stuff, you don't really want to be talking about it because then you have all these vultures around town who don't know how to get ahead. And it's like, I don't really think I would even relate it to the business so much as I would, who are you as a human? Are you a good person? Do people want to associate with you? Because if you're one of these people that's like, oh, I'm a good-looking guy and I've chiseled abs, everyone's going to want to make me an actor. Nobody's going to care about who you are. You know, what is who are you as a person, your soul? I really think like, especially in this business, because it's a luxurious business. If you're fortunate enough to get ahead in it, the odds are nobody's going to want to grant anybody this glorious position unless you're either a really great person who deserves it, or if you're in some asshole, then you're so talented to the point where, okay, we're gonna make millions of dollars off you and we don't care. And if you don't have talent, go to class, work on whatever skills it is that you want to offer. A lot of people don't want to take class, they just want to do, the other steps that are necessary. So if you don't nurture it and cultivate it, you can't have anything to offer anyone. So if you want to be an actor, my advice is become the best actor that you can possibly be. Hone all of your skills, and then go into any boardroom or meeting and speak very confident about yourself. You're a product, you're selling yourself. So, make sure your product's as good as it can be, and then go out there and sell it. Nightlife everywhere. I've lived in South Beach for a little bit. I've lived in New York. So nightlife in LA to me it's kind of like the same old thing. But I think in LA, it's like you definitely need to know somebody at the door. You need to know somebody who runs the club. I mean, put it this way, I won't go to any club, I won't just show up like expecting to get in. I, at this point in my going out career, I gotta know somebody at the door and I gotta know somebody in the club, because I'm not gonna go in, I'm not gonna stand outside of a door. I won't do it. I won't not stand out of a door hoping to get into a club. My whole thing is, hey, I'm a nice guy. If you want me in your club hanging out, I'm not gonna stand out here hoping to get in. Like I have too much pride for that. So going out in LA, definitely know somebody, be on the list or whatever. And then you walk up to the crowd and of course there's like the Puerto Rican Day Parade outside. You can't even see anything. It's just a mob of people, and you're like jumping up saying, I'm on the list, and they don't care. Like, they'll read off your name. Bryan, I don't have a Bryan. I have a Ryan, I have a Steve, I have a, I can't stand it, to be honest with you. The only reason I go out is because I'm friends with most of the people that run the club, so I just show up and I'm not hassled. If you don't know those people, just go to a local bar, an Irish pub, and sing karaoke, because you're gonna have more fun. you would think that it would be fun. Like, people would probably be like, oh, you're single in LA, you know, it must be great. Yeah, I mean, you've got fun nights where you go out, party, get wasted, and just, you know, dance and have a good time. But, you know, as much as I might like to party and go out, there's another side of me that's, you know, I like the idea of having a girl and stuff, a girlfriend. But from what I found so far, finding a girlfriend in LA is hard. But I like being single in LA because right now, all I care about is a career, and I can't offer myself or do anything for any girl unless, you know, established something of myself. So right now, being single is just where I feel I need to be. There's so much to do every night. I have so many friends. There's always a party. So when you have a girlfriend, it's like, I don't know. I'm not ready to combine LA and girlfriend just yet. I was attracted to Audrina because I've always been a brunette man myself. I've always had a thing for brunettes over blondes. And, you know, Heidi's always on the lookout for me for girls. And, you know, whenever you have a girl that's, you know, kind of like one of the guys always hanging out with you, and she's like, oh, I've got a girl for you, and hypes her up, it's more exciting to meet the girl because you've got all this hype behind her. And I was told, you know, she's a model and she's beautiful and, you know, all this stuff. So when I met her, she was really nice, really charming, and she's very attractive. So, you know, I guess what attracted me to her was the Heidi build-up to, and then obviously she's a very beautiful girl. So then it was just a matter, is she a cool girl? And, you know, Audrina's, you know, a very, very cool girl. So there was an initial attraction there. She's somebody that, you know, I think she's more rock and roll, and I'm more Abercrombie and Fitch. I don't, you know. And so I mean, our date was a good date, but I wouldn't say that rockets were shooting from the hilltops or anything. Jordan and Heidi remind me much of relationships I've had in the past, one in particular, but. Jordan and Heidi, they fell in love so hardcore and so fast, just like, bam. They were always together, and she stole him from me for a while. I was pretty peeved. Nobody to play basketball with, but actually nobody to beat in basketball. Let me rephrase that. But anyway, no, I mean, their relationship was just like, you know, it's the type of thing where it's just like love at first sight. Oh my God, you know, she always told me, like, I love your roommate, I love your friend, he's amazing, I'm gonna marry him, you know, the whole nine. Same thing with him. I love this girl. I mean, it kind of made me sick at first because, I mean, here we are, we just moved to LA and we're wanting to, you know, conquer the world, and he's out frolicking with a girl while I'm trying to, like, be like, oh, you know, you got any headshots or anything you want to staple together? Whenever there's a problem or a conflict with Heidi, Jordan, I usually take on the role as the mediator. You know, I'll go to Heidi and I'll be like, all right, what happened? What's wrong? Let me know. She'll tell me her spiel. I'll go to Jordan. He tells me his spiel. And even though I'm, you know, Jordan's friend and everything, I do consider Heidi a really great friend as well. And a lot of the stuff that happens between them is stuff that, like, I keep saying it, like, when I was in my relationship, when I was younger, I'd make the same mistakes that they make. So I try and tell them, listen, I've been there and I've done that. You know, Heidi gets jealous a lot when she's out, especially if she, you know, whatever. But so I try and tell her that. And then Jordan, a lot of times, is maybe his hindrance is communication. Like, he gets very heated. So I just really try and, like, hear them both out. And, you know, it's usually they always resolve their problem very quickly because, I mean, from what I found, it's usually just when emotions are involved and, you know, you don't communicate well and you get jealous. And so, I mean, I don't really mind it so much. It did get quite annoying, though, a couple times when we'd be out because it's like, oh, here we go again. But like I said, they're both such great people, and they always come around and are fine. So I'm happy to be there for them and help them work through all their things.